come in, but the focus at the front now, and we also see the Corvette comes into the pits. So Corvette, Ford GT and Aston Martin.
Now that's Bassang out and Winkelhock in, isn't it? That's the 38 car, so they were in second place. We'll also see how the pit stops compare as everybody rushes around to change all four tyres. We know these guys are fast at Hexis, the number 3 car in then, and what can they do to turn it around? Dusseldorf handing over to Clivio Piccioni. Now there goes the number 38 Lamborghini, so there wasn't anyone particularly close. Remember, he was being caught a bit by the Ford, but the Ford has stayed out there. The Corvette now gets running.
And the thing is, can the Corvette get out before the Aston rejoins? No, side by side again. Another incident, well, not yet, but side by side, Aston Martin, Corvette. Who's going to get into a narrowing gap? The Corvette, the Corvette was marginally ahead in the pit lane. The Aston had to concede, but really in this first turn, then up into turn 2 and 3, be prepared for an Aston banzai attack to try and get past the Corvette at the earliest possible opportunity.
He's done it. He's down the inside, but he's running wide on the exit. Piccioni has got past. Can he hold it? I think he might be able to.
He had to do that because Mike Hazelmans, if he'd been able to get a half a lap, he would have then found the Aston cruising but really struggling. There's the lead car in now.
The lead car in. So which of the Lamborghinis will be leading after this pit stop? That's going to be really interesting. And remember, Max Martin has stayed out there for the moment in his very fast Ford. He's still lapping a second a lap more than anybody else. And I tell you what, that Ford GT is really going to put itself in amongst the Lamborghinis when it comes to the pit stop, as long as they get a quick pit stop, and then it'll be down to new boy Bertrand Baguette. But in the meantime, the Corvette's come back. Hazelmans gets back down the inside. Lovely stuff from the veteran Corvette racer. He knew exactly how to judge the braking, and he's got in front of Piccioni.
Yeah, good pass down the inside into turn 9, puts himself ahead. Lost the opportunity in the opening sequence when they went into turn 2 and 3. Piccioni very cleverly put the Aston down the inside, but Mike Hazelmans has come back. So the Corvette is ahead once again.
But which Lamborghini will be ahead? Because 37 is out down the pit road. Number 38 is coming down start-finish straight. Pit speed limit, of course, applying to the number 37 car until it's released. And here to change, it is the number 38 car. The early stop has certainly helped Marcus Winkelhock, who now takes the lead of the race in the car he shares with Marc Bassang. Look at this lot heading down, and there are cars joining from the pits as well. This is all going to be very interesting. The other Hexis cars got in front of the Corvette, and joining in the fun and games there, the Nissan as well. So it's tight as Piccioni hits the back of the Corvette, gives him a big old thump and trying to go through there. Jamie Campbell-Walters gained a place.
Yeah, easy move for Campbell-Walter. He just has to sit and watch. The contact came, the Aston was compromised. Smoke from the back of the Corvette. That is damage to the rear bodywork, which in turn, look at the rear smoke.
That looks like an oil leak, doesn't it?
Well, it might be an oil leak. I don't know whether there's an oil radiator at the back of the car, a transmission cooler, but let's have a look at it. Oh yeah, he gives him a right old nerf. And certainly get 4 points on your licence for that one if you're driving in the public roads.
And Jamie Campbell-Walters just sort of nips down the inside.
And he damaged the rear bodywork. I don't know whether that's the bodywork rubbing on the tyre or whether there might well be a cooler somewhere in that region. I think it's more bodywork than anything else.
Max Martin is still leading this race. He still hasn't made a pit stop. So we're still waiting for the Ford GT of Max Martin to come into the pits, and there he is. We're waiting to see how long he stays out there.
The danger is he's not the quickest car on the racetrack. That happens to be the Winkelhock Lamborghini, which has got fresh rubber, so they will be bringing this car in now. There is Bertrand Baguette. He will be into the car driven by Marc Martin, but Martin has done such good work in the laps that he stayed out on. He's been able to run a second a lap quicker than the rest of the field, so he may well put himself into even closer contention to the two Lamborghinis. Remember, he ran them down prior to this round of pit stops.
Yeah, no, it could be a threat, but as you say, I think it's time they came in. I'm not sure he shouldn't have come in on this last lap.
Well, the last lap, the Lamborghini had a quicker lap, so he's in now. I mean, we saw Baguette ready to jump into the car. Whether they should have come in a lap earlier or come in this lap is a moot point. We'll see just how quickly this pit stop takes place and where the Ford GT rejoins, whether it's between the two Lamborghinis or whether has Martin done enough in the intervening period to get ahead of the lead Lamborghini. And well, we'll have to just wait and see how quick this pit stop goes.
What a great moment for Bertrand Baguette, who's making his race debut in GT1 World Championship. Indy 500 racer. He contested many of the IRL races last year. Oh, get the door shut, get him. Oh no, we've got a delay. Oh, the door won't shut. Would you believe it?
We've had a problem with the door on the Ford GTs in the past. That's cost 5 seconds.
Oh.
There the two Lamborghinis are now on the pit straight. Had that not happened, clearly that four would have been between these two Lamborghinis, but now he's going to have to do all the work that Maxime Martin did, and in fact he's in danger of losing potentially third place as the Aston comes up, the Hexus Aston, and it sweeps past the 4GT into turn one, and what a disaster for the Mark BDS 14. Oh, problem for the Corvette, and rear tire finally. Well, we know a body contact, and the bodywork has rubbed through the tyre more than the tyre rubbing the bodywork away, so Mike Hazeman's creeping back. He's at turn, I think that's turn 10. So he's pretty much round the lap, but still 2 more corners to go before he can even see the side of the pit lane.
Just news also, John, that there's a drive-through penalty for car 3. That was the Hexus Aston Martin of Piccioni for colliding into the back of Mike Hazeman's Corvette.
Yes, that was it. That was an avoidable incident, and we're seeing now the stewarding at every FIA event being much more aware of incidents that occur that disadvantage a driver. Mike Hazeman, we don't know where he is, but he's in the pits at the minute, so whether he leaves the pits we don't know, but his race was spoiled by that contact, and therefore why should the driver responsible for the contact not receive some punishment himself?
Hazeman's climbed us out of his Corvette. That's so disappointing, because that car was a real front runner in there. Nico Verdonk drove a good first stint. He was fighting hard and it was looking good and clean until it just went wrong down into turn 2 and 3, and the drivers just having a discussion about it, but that's a great pity.
As we see the Aston come in for his drive-through penalty.
So it's going to feel like an age here for Clivia Piccioni to head his way down the pit lane, and as he does so, everyone else is overtaking him out on the circuit. There go Turner and Dunbreck. Oh, a little move up the inside there, and that's Enrique Bernoldi gaining a place, getting past Bas Linders. Oh no, is he? Because Bas Linders retakes him back again.
Well, the problem going down the inside into turn 8 is that you commit yourself down the inside. You then have got a very acute angle, and if you can't make it, you overrun the corner, and the car that you've passed has got an open bit of racetrack on the racing line, and it's just a simple matter of just occupying that bit of racetrack and retaking the position.
Now, what's this coming into the pits? The number 7 Aston Martin. I wonder why that's happened. It's Thomas Enger, and must be some sort of problem, because you wouldn't expect a pit stop at this stage in the race. Can't see any visible damage, but something has clearly gone awry for number 7 Aston. Here comes Bertrand Baguette then. This is for third place. Remember, you're looking back from the Hexus Aston Martin of Christian Hohenadel, race winner from the Saxon Ring. Very impressive drive that day from Hohenadel, who has adapted to these GT1 cars very effectively. He told us it took him a while, and here comes Baguette. Yeah, a lot of pressure on Baguette here. First time he's ever driven one of these cars, and he's got a potential podium finish. You're looking back from the Aston at him, and Baguette, so far, I'm impressed. He hasn't done anything, you know, sort of wayward. Still got a bit of time to go.
The big difficulty is that the Lamborghinis are 18 seconds down the road from the third place Aston Martin. Now, when we saw Maxime Martin in the 4GT, he managed to get through. Now he's dived up the inside.
He's had a look
into turn 13.
He's
turn 15.
Into turn 15, the last corner. That was a late lunge up the inside, but Bertrand Baguette, well, I said he's sort of still waiting for his moment, but he chose it, and that's always the best way. Just go for it as soon as you're in range, and he's done it. But the Aston trying to come back at him, but he can't do that through the kink.
No, that was a courageous, again, an unexpected move from Bertrand Baguette, typical of a single-seated racing driver. Opportunistic, sees the gap, tries to make it work, and there's a big problem for Nissan. Is that a fire extinguisher, I think, has gone off in the car.
That's Bernoldi out of the car. That's a great shame for Enrique Bernoldi. Just gone past Linders, if you remember, so whatever's gone wrong there, that Nissan is out. He just pulls off to the side of the track.
Well, there's a rumble of some description, and whether that's... He leaps out of the car, and is that smoke or something spilling in the car, whether it's oil that's smoking or whether there's no flame that we can see.
Look at Dunbreck. He's got as close as ever to the back of Darren Turner's Aston Martin, but I'm not sure there's anything he can do with it.
Well, the thunder of the Nissan going down the pit straight as opposed to the scream of the V12 Aston Martin. Peter Dunbreck hoping that he can force Darren Turner to make a little error coming through turn 2, but Darren just slows it down, makes sure his car's in the part of the racetrack. That's going to be the important part. And then Peter Dunbreck knows he's always going to have to wait until the Aston starts to accelerate before he can then get on the throttle as well.
Let's get down to hear what happened to Enrique Bernoldi now.
Enrique, what was happening out there for you?
Well, the temperature is very, very hot outside, so I started to feel some smoke in the car, and then I had some flames, maybe some electrical part just burned and as the fire was starting to go more while I was driving, I had to stop close to a fire marshal, so it's a shame.
Thank you.
So the number 41 Ford there, Bertrand Baguette, holding on to third place, and it's a fairly lonely third place because he's eased away from the others. Darren Turner still managing to fend off the Nissan of Peter Dumbreck. That's the race that's going on currently for sixth place, but the Corvette joining in the fun and games. This has been cat and mouse, as you said earlier on, John. There's Jamie Campbell-Walter, and he has got ahead of Hohenadel, so that was a place gained by Jamie Campbell-Walter. He's been looking at doing that for a couple of laps. Let's see how he did it here.
Again, it's down into turn 8. That's at the end of the back straight, and again, Hohenadel saw him coming, gave him room, hoped that he might make the cut back, but couldn't do it. It's a good, clean pass from Jamie Campbell-Walter down the inside, just gets the car. Again, the Aston saw the Nissan coming, pulled away from the corner.
So it's all looking good for an alinkle.com 1-2 in the qualifying race. In theory, that would give them the front row lockout again tomorrow, but it won't, because the number 37 car will suffer a 5-place penalty on the grid for an extra engine use this season in the championship. But nonetheless, this has been a tremendous display by both sets of drivers in a car that clearly works well here.
Indeed, and what's going to be very exciting is the prospect of Maxime Martin being on the front row alongside the lead car here, and we know how quickly that car goes.
So the race victory in the qualifying event here at Navarra goes to Marcus Winkelhock with Marc Basseng in their Alinkel Lamborghini. Second place to their teammates Dominic Schweger and Nicky Pastorelli. An absolutely superb display by the team, and Marc Basseng congratulating each and every member of that team. But scoring a podium finish on his debut in the GT1 World Championship is young Frenchman Bertrand Baguette, fresh out of single-seaters into a Mark VDS Ford GT. There's his teammate who drove such a great stint earlier on. He finishes in third. Fourth goes to Jamie Campbell-Walter, sharing with David Brabham. Fifth to the Hexus Aston of Hohenadel and Piccini. So the guys just assembling. We'll hear from our podium finishers. Let's hear from the winners first of all, Marcus Winkelhock and Marc Basseng.
Congratulations, what a result for you, Mark.
Yeah, it's an incredible team effort from us. If you saw what we had last year and what we have this year, 1 and 2 in a qualifying race, amazing. The gap was great, huge, and so I'm really surprised. I'm really happy for the team, for all the work we did. Marcus did a phenomenal job, pit stop was good, I'm happy.
Mark, it's a great bit of racing with your teammate there.
Yeah, it was just great. He did a good job in the beginning, me at the end. And yeah, as you said, it's a really good result, I think, for the whole team. P1 and 2, I think with that we can be really happy. And yeah, now I'm looking forward for tomorrow. The car was fantastic, the whole race actually, and yeah, looking forward for tomorrow.
Thank you.
So the Lamborghini's taking a 1-2 finish here at Navarra, with the Alinkel cars dominating of Winkelhock and Basseng. Third. Fourth goes to Jamie Campbell-Walter, sharing with David Brabham. Fifth to the Hexus Aston of Hohenadel and Piccini. So the guys just assembling. We'll hear from our podium finishers. Let's hear from the winners first of all, Marcus Winkelhock and Marc Basseng.
Congratulations, what a result for you, Mark.
Yeah, it's an incredible team effort from us. If you saw what we had last year and what we have this year, 1 and 2 in a qualifying race, amazing. It was great, huge, and so I'm really surprised. I'm really happy for the team, for all the work.
Result for you, Mark.
Yeah, it's an
So the guys just assembling. We'll hear from our podium finishers. Let's hear from the winners first of all, Marcus Winkelhock and Marc Basseng.
Congratulations, what a result for you, Mark.
Yeah, it's an incredible team effort from us. If you saw what we had last year and what we have this year, 1 and 2 in a qualifying race, amazing. The gap was great, huge, and so I'm really surprised. I'm really happy for the team, for all the work we did. Marcus did a phenomenal job, pit stop was good, I'm happy.
Mark, it's a great bit of racing with your teammate there.
Yeah, it was just a great race. He did a good job in the beginning, me at the end. And yeah, as you said, it's a really good result, I think, for the whole team. P1 and 2, I think with that we can be really happy. And yeah, now I'm looking forward for tomorrow. The car was fantastic, the whole race actually, and yeah, looking forward for tomorrow.
Thank you.
So the Lamborghini's taking a 1-2 finish here at Navarra with the Alencar cars dominating.